Guys, welcome to this very short version of the weekly readings, and I apologize for not getting the video out sooner. So this will just be a very short 3-card spread, and I promise I will only do this for this week, mainly because of time constraints, okay? So let's go through all the signs, and each signs I will choose 2 tarot cards from the main deck, and I'm also trying a different card that I'm using for character development. So it's geared towards, the things that you might have to struggle with this week, as well as just general advice for character development, so personality development and things like that. So it's in a new deck, and I am trying it out before I debuted it. So you will get to see it possibly next week, okay? It's from the an RPG game, so it's the Dragon Age Inquisition deck, and it's filled with really beautiful imagery, and I do feel that being an RPG game and the theme is just, character advancement, I feel that it's appropriate to use in the tarot. So let's start out with Aries. So we're going through Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer in that order, okay? So Aries is the first sign, and Pisces would be the last, just so you know, and you can flip through to find your sign. So we're starting out with Aries. I do feel that there is going to be travel that is indicated in the cards here. At the same time, I do feel a lot of you might have a long distance type of relationship in which you're traveling to see another person, or like vice versa, the other person is coming to you. I do feel there is an element of reconciliation that has to happen between you and another person that you're in an interpersonal relationship with, okay? The challenge here is that you do have to let down your guard in order for the other person to feel comfortable enough to advance towards you, okay? So if you are able to do that, I do feel that reconciliation can happen in this situation. And don't rush these things, because I do sense that the other person might be in the wrong in this situation, okay? The other person might be at fault. So if you want to reconcile, that's fine. And if it's a romantic relationship, I would say the first step is to reconcile. Don't try to rekindle, and don't rush the process, okay? Even though you or they might be traveling to see one another and to meet up and time is limited, please don't jump the gun on this and rush in it too fast. One other thing that I do sense is that you're getting a lot of the same themes here. I have the Two of Cups in the reverse position, and I also have the Two of Hearts in the playing deck. So I would strongly suggest that, and they're both showing up in the reverse position, okay? So if this is something you've been grappling with, I do feel for a lot of you, it might be a family member, it might be somebody that you've dealt with extensively, and you know how to push one another's buttons. But if you approach this in a calm manner, in a more laid back, more receptive manner, in that, the other person has to like show their cards first before you show them yours, then it's going to be very beneficial for both parties, okay? So try to do that, and not to rush things. Overall, on the work front, I do sense that the Chariot card is also, the card of success. So there's a lot of good reception coming your way. Just a lot of it's almost like I'm sensing almost like a red carpet laid out ahead of you. You're getting the congratulations, you're getting the really good accolades, and you're getting the recognition that you deserve and you need. So travel for this week is greatly indicated. Warm reception as well, and if you are at all traveling, and especially in a hot climate, be very careful and rein in your temper, because I do sense that if the falling out hasn't happened yet, it could very well happen this week with someone that you care a great deal about. So just be mindful of that, okay? So the next one is for Taurus. So Taurus, I have the Two of Wands and the Three of Swords, both in the reverse position. One of the things that I am sensing here is that a lot of you two might be dealing with embarking on the next phase in your life, okay? So you have come from a broken up or something like a relationship breaking down, okay, in the past. And coming in for this week is a very nice, soothing, healing energy. and you're kind of anxious to move forward. You're trying to move past this, but a lot of that heartache is still lingering, and you don't know how you can get past it. Rest assured that this is a very temporary phase, and the information that you have at your disposal needs to be re-examined and filtered out in a very logical, systematic, and objective way, okay? So don't try to, I guess, like advance too far ahead, because I feel like you need a little bit more time to process this so that you can really move forward and heal from this. And I do sense that there are news coming from far away, such as over water, overseas for some of you, or like outside of the state where you are living. Like information from far away is coming through for you, and you're anxious to act on it. At the same time, I do sense here that you are over the pain and the heartache, and you're just trying to propel your life forward. And there is a time and a place for everything, so just be a little bit patient. And you are known to be very, very patient, but in this situation, when it comes to matter of the hearts, you might need a little bit more time to process it, okay? So the universe is telling you basically to slow down a little bit, and just enjoy being single. For those of you that have recently broken up with someone, just enjoy the time, okay? And things will fall into place on their own. And for the playing card, we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse position. So I do sense here, with the Three of Swords in the reverse position in the Ten of Cups as well, a lot of good news will come your way. And I do feel that it is going to require getting past this summer, okay? So the next phase, which is the next earth sign phase, would be Virgo. So I do sense that around, that time of Virgo, when the sun is in the constellation of Virgo, so August 21st, September 21st, and I do feel that September is indicated here, where you're going to like feel like your normal self again, okay? So just hang in there. And I know it seems like quite a long wait, but this is a very short version. So I do hope that for those of you who are dealing with this, please be patient about it, okay? Because the universe will reward those who have been through hardships. And sometimes the lesson takes a while to sink in, and sometimes the healing process itself needs to be thoroughly completed before you can move on to a better phase in your life. Because when you're not healed, you're functioning from a place of like an empty heart chakra, and you might attract the wrong people. So the universe is urging you to take a step back here, and don't advance too soon when you're not completely there in the healing process yet, okay? So slow down a little bit. The next one is Gemini. So Geminis, a lot of brand new things are opening up for you, and I do feel that this is going to be on the social setting scene and also on the love front. For those of you who are dating, I do sense that you are going to be very well received on the dating scene. There might be a lot of like romantic interest coming through your way. Just be very careful that what you see is what you get with them, okay? And try to ask questions up front, and to weed out people who might be a little bit evasive and who might not be, forthcoming with answers. So for example, you might encounter someone who brags about, how much they have in the bank, and you find out that, they're unemployed and they're living off their savings. So that's while that works for them, it's just, they don't have their future planned out just yet. So if you're looking for a little more stability, it is very important to ask these, important questions up front, so that you're not deluded, okay? Or you're not, so you're not misled into entering a relationship too soon. And just be very careful about people who are promising relationships way too soon as well, because I do feel that there's an element here of you might encounter somebody who is an illusion, who is a mirage, and what you see is not always what you get. So just be a little bit more discerning and objective on the dating front, okay? At the same time, I do sense that, so for example, if you're vying for somebody's affection and they are kind of like choosing between you and another person, I do feel that victory is going to come in for you. That person will choose you over the other party, okay? So it is really important to know that if someone is deciding between you and another person, just ask yourself if that's really somebody that you want to be with in the first place, okay? Because if they really care about you and if they really want to be with you, it should be a no-brainer. So I do feel for a lot of you, this is on a friendship setting, so it's sort of like they overbook their schedule and they might tell you, or they might try to choose between meeting up with you or the other person because they're pressed for time. So just be aware who it is that you're dealing with. It's not always on the romantic front. It can be in an interpersonal setting as well. But just know where you stand with people and just know why they're doing that in the first place, because sooner or later, this issue is going to resurface once more and they might not choose you over another person the next time, okay? So be careful about that. As for your playing cards, we're getting the Nine of Cups in the upright position. So a lot of cup energies are coming out with these playing cards. What I sense here is that, this is a wish card. So once again, because it's showing up next to the Seven of Cups, which deals with illusion, it is very, very important that you are careful about what it is that you're looking for, and that you are honest with yourself about what qualities it is that you want in people. Okay, so going back to the situation I mentioned earlier about you standing victorious over another, like a competitor in any type of a situation, even with like a verbal debate, okay? So it's just a matter of asking yourself why you want to be the victor in this situation, okay? What do you have to gain from this if the victory is at the expense of somebody else? But either way, it's looking to be a very, very good week for you. A lot of doors are opening, a lot of opportunities are flowing in, and a lot of people are going to be coming through as well. So it's you get a wish card. So it's going to be a nice week. And the next one is Cancer. So Cancers. So for those of you who are single and dating and looking for love, I do feel here that we have the Seven of Wands, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Swords in the reverse position. A lot of you might be dealing with an air sign this week, and the thing about King with the sword energy, so most of you will be dealing with like an air sign. It could be male or female. I do sense that this is somebody who is very financially accomplished. This is somebody possibly with a darker, I would say darker skin complexion, somebody who seems very exotic, very independent, and very like well off, financially endowed. And there's an element here of, getting tongue-tied around this person just because you're kind of like intimidated. And if this is a love interest that you're looking for or looking at, I feel that a lot of you might not be on the same page with this person in terms of what it is that you're looking for in a romantic situation. If this is a friend, I do sense that he or she, they're kind of like an enigma. They're showing up, it's a king energy, and in the reverse position. So they are very, very self-protective. They are very guarded when it comes to their feelings, okay? So it's kind of like you have to do that extra work to pry information and get answers out of them. And it's not that, I feel that they're raised that way, because a king shows with age that the behavior of the air sign is something that was cultivated since childhood. So you're going to be dealing with this type of energy. At the same time, for the playing cards, we're getting the Seven of Wands here. So in this situation, it does deal with a little bit of a defense, okay? So I guess a lot of you too, in the traditional tarot, it's one man battling, seven other wands. So it's a card of like standing up for yourself, standing up for your beliefs. But in this situation, what I am getting is there's a spiritual element with this card. And this is a person that is going to bring about a sense of like spiritual awakening in a lot of you. And I'm sensing here that, you know, with the King of Swords in the reverse position, words are not going to be needed because there's almost like a psychic, almost like a spiritual connection, a very strong spiritual connection that allows you to tune in to the other person without words being exchanged between the two of them, between the two of you. So it's a really nice energy. It can be a little bit troublesome if you're not used to this, because it almost seems like a portal is opening up, and more than anything, you might be a little bit hesitant about, you know, delving a little bit too deep into this spiritual aspect of the relationship that you have, okay? So this can come in as a friend. It can come in, I feel that, you know, it's not so much work related because, despite the pentacles, because spiritual things are not usually discussed in the workplace, you know, in the traditional workplace. So that is, I'm sensing that it's coming in as a friend or as a romantic love partner, and it's going to allow you to do a lot of healing within yourself, okay? And the both of you are going to have to like re-examine your childhood conditioning. At the same time, it's going to require like confronting beliefs or confronting problems that you've kind of suppressed in the past. So it's kind of like unleashing your inner demons, and these three cards alone do not reveal how that's going to play out for you. Just that there's a little bit of healing, there's a little bit of suppressed energies being dug up this week. So you know, let the process happen in its natural state, and see how you feel by the end of the week, because I do feel that this sense of release is needed, okay? So let me know how that plays out for you, Cancers. And the next card I have is for Leos. Okay. So Leos, I'm getting here the King of Wands for you, and this represents you. It is coming up in the upright position. So what I am sensing here is it's almost like a spiritual ascension here. You're working on a very high vibration at this point, and a lot of information is coming your way. I feel a lot of information is coming your way, and you're going to have to pick your battles, okay? So you're going to have to like decide what you want to proceed with and what you want to scrap away from your life, okay? So what you want to like sever from your life. And I don't feel that it's going to be problematic at all, because you are showing up as a king energy, and kings are very decisive, and kings are very capable of making very, very difficult decisions. And at the same time, on the work front, I do sense here that there's a little bit of a frustration. For those of you who have recently started out a new job, or like a new, you know, training program, or like an apprenticeship for someone, I do sense that you're doing whatever you're doing in that new job, you're doing it right, okay? The people might be a little bit nitpicky, they might be micromanagers, and it's frustrating working in this environment. And I do feel that for those of you going through this, it might hurt your pride a little bit, okay, to like work under somebody and to like be micromanaged, because more than anything, I do feel that that lion's pride is being suppressed in this environment, so you're not totally receptive towards it, and towards like the constructive criticism that are coming in your way. If this is something that you're grappling with, I would say as a fire sign, you know, just be a little bit more patient, because you're on the right track, and they see the potential in you, so they're trying to groom you for a better position, for a you know, for you to live up to all your potential and all your capabilities, okay? So their hearts are in the right place. It's just the structure of this training program possibly is a little bit problematic, okay? And at the same time, for those of you who are in a relationship too, I do feel that if you've had difficulties dealing with a love partner, and if there are revelations of like, so unfortunately, if there have been revelations of, you know, I wouldn't say outright infidelity, but it's sort of like your spouse or your love partner is sort of communicating, you know, texting, contacting another person outside of the relationship. I do feel that this is possibly going to come in for this week. And more than anything, it is going to show here that you are aware of this situation, okay? And once and for all, I do feel that you are going to be very decisive about how you want to proceed, and if you want to confront them, and whether or not you want to even remain in this relationship. Because I do sense that it has been an ongoing issue, and you've sort of had it this week, okay? So if you're going through this, let me know how it turns out for you, Leos. And if there is gossip, okay, if there is gossip about, you know, your spouse stepping out of the relationship and things like that, it is just really important for you, like I said, you know, the king energy, filter out the riffraff and get at the truth. That's all that's going to matter for you. And I do feel that you are going to be very systematic about how you approach this, so that the other person doesn't deny it, so that you can get the right answers out of them, okay? So let me know how this plays out for you, okay? And I hope you can reach a conclusion to this situation in this week. So Leos, we have Virgos. So Virgos, once again, I am getting like the gossip card for you guys, and it's not a good card. Three of Cups reverse is never a good card for anybody to get, and I keep getting it for you guys. So let's work through this situation here. And I do have the King of Cups coming in. So, okay. So a lot of you, the King of Cups is in the upright position, okay? And the Page of Wands is the other card, and the Page of Wands is in the reverse position. So for those of you who might be in a romantic relationship with a water sign, this can be a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. I do sense here there's an element of a 3 energy and also 2 people showing up in the cards. So the other one, it could be potentially a younger fire sign, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. And at the same time, it's a card of the messenger, okay? So in the reverse position, I do feel that there are news, gossip coming in, so I would strongly advise you to find out where the source of these gossips, these rumors, just find out where they're coming from, because I do sense here they're empty gossips, okay? They're just there's no truth to it, so be very careful where they're coming from, who is coming to you with this information, okay? Because I don't feel that is grounded in reality. At the same time, for those of you who are dealing with like a water sign, I do feel this water sign is very, very sincere, okay? So the king energy here, it can be male or female water sign, and I do sense that the king energy is a very stable, a very truthful, a very loving and warm person that will be your center of support, okay? And for those of you who are in a relationship and who have been grappling with, you know, either suspicions or rumors about you stepping out of the relationship, or your partner, or just, you know, rumors of exes coming back in to stir up the pot for both parties, you and your significant other, I do sense that if you're in a relationship with a water sign, the rumors are not grounded in reality. If you are in a relationship with a fire sign, be a little bit cautious about this situation, okay? Just because it's showing up in the reverse position. So I might say that while, you know, the rumors are not grounded in reality, there is an element here because the page is in the reverse position. So there might be like flirtations, text messages, emails coming from that person to somebody else outside of the relationship. So it's important for you to, first of all, Examine who it is that you're dealing with, either the water sign or the fire sign, and then find out the source of the rumors if you can. You are very systematic, so I do feel that, researching and things like that is not going to be problematic for you. So keep in mind that if you want to get at the truth, I do feel that you are going to have success in this situation, okay? And for those of you who are not dealing with this on the love relationship front, but rather on the work front, just know that the gossip is unfounded, and there is a very strong, very supportive figure that is backing you, and you will be okay, all right? So the people that matter know what you're about, and the ones that don't are the ones that will continue to gossip and continue to stir up trouble. And don't pay any attention to them because it's wasted effort on your end, okay? So have a good week. All right, so next one is for Libras. So Libras, you have an extra card that flew out. So I have the Six of Pentacles reverse, Five of Pentacles reverse, and the Five of Wands reverse. So Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands all indicate conflict. In the reverse position, this situation is coming to an end this week, or it has recently come to an end, okay? So either way, you're going to be in a good place. And I do feel that for a lot of you, this is centered around compromise. It's sort of like compromising on the love front, on the work front as well. And I do feel here that for a lot of you, so yeah, for even the June reading too, money issues have been kind of plaguing you, and you're kind of like waiting for that payout. You're waiting for somebody to step in to help you in this situation on the financial front, okay? And this situation is definitely going to alleviate, and it is going to alleviate this week. At the same time, when it comes to love and relationships and compromises, I do sense that that situation too is going to be reaching an end, okay? So if you have been giving a lot more than the other party in the relationship, I do feel that a truce is going to be reached, and you're going to be able to decide as a unit how you want to proceed, okay? And in general, it doesn't feel very problematic to me. So this situation in which, you're kind of like bending over backwards for another party, that is coming to an end. They're starting to come around to your way of thinking, and they're starting to like look at you in a new light, and also look outside of themselves to figure out, how callous or how inconsiderate they have been in the past. And they are going to come in with a surprise for you to appease you and also to make amends with you. So that imbalance, that scale of justice is actually being is being, I guess, rounded out, and being you're reaching like an equilibrium in the give and take between you and another party. As for the playing cards, you're getting the Joker here, and I do feel that for those of you who are dealing with like I know that Libras in general are very diplomatic, but I do feel with this Joker card here, you're going to find a very creative way to compromise, and at the same time you're going to be able to in a verbal debate with another person, you are going to be able to fight very smart about this to get the outcome that you want. The Joker here is indicative of somebody who gets his or her point across in a very unique way, in a way that's very concise, but at the same time that's not hurtful. So we might have like a situation, if you're comparing like a Queen of Swords, in which she cuts with her words, but she does get her point across in very few words. However, with the Joker is very it's very like eccentric, but also very creative with problem solving as well. So you're going to have that element of surprise coming in this week, in which you're able to either have the new insight into how to fight smart, how to argue smart, how to make the other person, I guess, compromise with you in a way that it doesn't feel like a burden for them, and in a way that they will welcome the compromise. At the same time, Another way that this can play out is if you've been, having multiple run-ins with this person, and then you keep arguing about, the element of compromise. I do sense the other person is going to come in bearing a gift to appease you, okay, to alleviate this whole situation. So either way, it's looking to be a very good week for you guys, Libras. And the next one is we are dealing with Scorpios. So Scorpios, I believe it was last week's reading. It wasn't looking too great, and as well as the June reading. So let's see what we're dealing with here. A lot of you are going to be able to kick old habits, and I'm saying this because I know that Scorpios are very, 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 you're very fixed in your ways, you're very fixed in your opinions, and you're very fixed in just being very secretive, okay? So I do sense that a lot of you are finally putting down your guard and allow others to, first of all, you're not exactly reaching out to other people, even though I feel that that's the next step in this evolution here. I do feel for a lot of you, you're letting down your guard, and you're being more receptive. You're letting other people into your life, okay? So old behaviors, old ways of doing things are proving to be, I guess, are proving to like not have any relevance, and they're not having any bearing in your social circle, or in your social interactions with another person, either in any type of a interpersonal relationship or any type of a romantic interaction with another person. For those of you who are dealing with a fire sign, and this is showing up as a queen energy in the reverse position, it can be a male or female fire sign like an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. I do want you to know that, so for example, if this is an old energy, okay, and you both don't really see eye to eye on anything because, it's a fire sign, you're a water sign. If this is somebody from, that you've had multiple situations with and multiple run-ins with, I want you to be a little bit careful, not to let down your guard too soon, because this is a fire sign. This is somebody that is going to draw you out of your shell. Let them come to you, okay? Let them let them court you, let them woo you with actions, okay? Fire signs are very action oriented. They can also, in the reverse position, this person is not going to take that first step, so they might be a little bit of a talker rather than a doer. So you might want to be a little bit careful, okay? So just hold still and let them come to you, and let them show their sincerity through actions. That's going to speak louder than words, okay? So if this is the case, I strongly urge you to sit back, okay? At the same time, if this is a brand new person who you're kind of smitten by and who's kind of drawing you out of your shell, drawing you out of your lair, and you're just like not really sure how you want to proceed, I would say that proceed however you want if it's a new person, a new fire sign, okay? For those of you who might have been in a relationship with, this is specific to only some, okay? So for those of you who might have been in a relationship with a Capricorn and are now thinking about dating a fire sign, I just want you to be extra careful, okay? So that's only specific to someone who has recently left a Capricorn and are now dabbling with like a fire sign. So that is going to be something to look out for, because they're both showing up in the reverse position. So it's almost like you feel like you're going from one different person to a very, different person, but it's actually the same energy because they are reversed. So try not to get stuck in this holding pattern in which you're looking for love in all the wrong places, and then you don't realize it until it's too late, okay? So that message is only specific to Scorpios who have dated a Capricorn and are now dating a fire sign. So an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, okay? So in general, I do feel that a lot of you are breaking out of old habits and you're emerging into something new, and you're being very bold, very, I guess, like friendly, assertive, and you're also exhibiting, a lot of the qualities, outgoing personality of a fire sign as well, which is good. just make sure, what I said about the June tarot reading in general, authenticity, okay? Um, I do feel that you are a very, very, you are a fixed sign. You are very, like, you hold true to your opinions, and you have a very strong sense of self. So make sure that, like, authenticity is also what you're aiming for, okay? So, for example, as a water sign, even though if you exhibit the qualities of a fire sign, it's still not true to you, okay? So it works for them because they're of a different nature, and they don't get as emotionally attached to things and people and situations, whereas you're heavily emotionally impacted. So if you were outwardly exhibiting the qualities of a fire sign, it can be a problematic in the way that others perceive you, okay? But either way, it seems to be a very good week because it is centered around love and relationships and passion, and just you letting your guard down and allowing other people to approach you. So the next step is just going to be, you going over there to offer gifts, and to I guess people are coming in to invade your bubble, but in a good way. They're not encroaching in a bad way, in a boundary, like lack of boundary type of way. You're allowing them in, and in the process, I do feel that if it's a new fire sign, it looks very promising. Even if it's like a new fire sign and you haven't dated like a Capricorn in the past, then it seems to be promising, but just make sure you allow the other person a chance to prove themselves first, and prove it with their actions rather than their words before you invest emotionally, okay? So I hope you all have a good week. It seems like a very, very fun week for you. So next up, we have Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, there is a little bit of an element of, first of all, you're kind of like stuck. I feel like a very stuck energy, okay? I do feel that a lot of opportunities are going your way. However, you feel tied to the past, okay? So it's sort of like you have one foot in the past, one foot in the future, and you're just like, I have as many reasons as I do to stay. However, I feel like I'm going to go ahead with these new opportunities. We have the Queen of Swords here in the upright position. She is carving out a new path for you, okay? So I'm saying this she mainly because I'm not getting a person. I'm getting more of an energy, in that the universe is carving out a very clear cut, a very, I would say, like, simple path for you. All you have to do is walk it, and you're going to reap a lot of benefits and a lot of good fortune coming your way, okay? However, you are still a little bit stuck here, and you don't really know how to get where you are, which is that you're encased in this little bubble, and you don't really know how to break out of it, or you're hesitant about breaking out of it, because I do feel that it is a self-imposed prison, okay? At the same time, there's an element of like a financial scarcity, like you might not have enough resources at your disposal to walk down this path that is opening up right before your eyes. So I would strongly urge you to do that, and I would strongly, strongly advise you to just burst yourself, like break through that bubble, because you do have the tools here to pop the bubble. And it seems to me as if, in the past, a lot of you might have like lost your sense of direction, okay? And I mentioned this with the, I guess with the Saturn transit in Scorpio. It's giving you, all you Sagittarius, a little bit of a break so that you can formulate a very clear path for yourself, okay? So I do feel that the path is laid out for you. And we also have the Six of Cups here in the upright position. So a lot of you might be bounded to the past because of memories of the past, or because you have a very fond person from your past that you're not able to break away from. And the Queen of Swords here is forging a new path for you. This is just, just the universe interfering, or at least not interfering. Interfering has a negative connotation, so I'm going to say like it's divine intervention. Okay, and it is forging a new path for you. So for a lot of you who are kind of like stuck in your current relationship, for example, and the relationship is not working out too well, I would strongly advise you to just break out of it. And if you are longing for somebody that you've, you know, the one that got away from your past, go back to that situation, because that portal or that road, that path, is now open for you to do that. Okay, so go back to that previous person from the past that you've had very fond memories with. Okay, so leave the situation that you're with now, because it seems very restrictive, but at the same time, it is a self-imposed prison. So break away from it and go back to, you know, whoever it is that got away, and try to work that situation out, because there is a great deal of fondness. There's a great deal of like almost that element of puppy love. At the same time, if it's somebody that got away, you will never know until you try it, until you try to work at things, so that you don't live with regrets. Okay, so forge ahead and decide what you want to do, because I do feel that this opportunity is coming upon you for this week, possibly until the end of the month, and try to be objective about this situation. Okay, the gift of objectivity via the Queen of Swords is coming in for you, male or female, so that's also a very good energy. And for those of you who are dealing with this situation or dealing with an air sign, I do feel this is a very mature air sign. So an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. This is a very, this person doesn't mince words, but they have a very good heart, and they're very truthful and honest. And especially if this is somebody from your past that you're encountering once again, I do sense that they're not going to wait for you forever. Okay, so there's the element here that they're quickly turning away. So if this is something that you're interested in, go for it, and you have to be swift about this, because he or she is quickly leaving. Okay, so they might travel overseas, they might, you know, move out of the state, they might be here in passing for the holidays, and they might be gone the next month. So you have to act fast on this, and you have to let go of yourself imposed prison and all the worries and, you know, the restrictions that you're imposing on yourself. Okay, so try to give this a go so that you don't live with the regrets. All right, and at the same time, let me know how that plays out for you if it's somebody from your past. Okay, so next one is Capricorn. So Capricorn, I'm also getting the same card for you as I did with Sagittarius. So this is in the playing cards. It's showing up as the Six of Cups, which is warm childhood memories. And this is a very, very nice card. It's the first card that came out. So it indicates to me that a lot of you are returning to, I guess, a previous situation. A lot of you are returning to like a sense of familiarity I'm sensing here. And a lot of you could even potentially meet up with somebody from your past. Okay, and I do feel that for women Capricorn especially, I do feel that you are kind of questioning the other person's motives at this point. Okay, and we do have the Ace of Wands here, so it is showing up in the reverse position. So you're not going to take action on this. So you're sort of doubting whether or not the other person is sincere. I can assure you that they are sincere. You are being encased in the Eight of Swords, which is, you know, the woman bounded up, blindfolded, in surrounded by swords. However, there are no swords ahead of you. So once again, it is a self-imposed prison that you're putting yourself in. So my advice is, don't be suspicious of people. Don't be too fast to judge this week, and don't let a good opportunity pass you by. Okay, so for those of you who are running in with like a person from your past, just enjoy it for what it is. You don't have to be too afraid of their motives. Okay, and for Capricorn men in general, if you are having a run-in with somebody from your past that you are feeling like that you might want to rekindle this situation, I want you to be careful and make sure your heart is in the right place and that you don't lead the other person on, because you're kind of like blowing hot and cold and you're giving out mixed signals and they might not know where they stand with you. So be very careful about sincerity, okay? So for example, um, you might see them as a friend and you come to visit them, at their house, and you bring flowers, okay? So once again, I believe it was the June reading. I'm getting white flowers here. I'm getting white flowers for you. So there's that element of, that's a sign from the universe. Once again, I'm getting the same message as I did for the June reading. So keep an eye out for that. I do feel this could be the one for you. Like, this could be a start of a really beautiful, a very strong infatuation here, and the feelings are going to sweep over you and you might not know what to do with it, and you might feel a sense of panic, and you might feel like you might jump the gun and try to shut them out, okay? So just for men and women, Capricorns both, just enjoy the situation for what it is. In time, news will come out, and you can process your feelings and you can figure out what you want to do. Timing is not a huge factor. Timing is not something that is against you, or the element of time here is not indicated in the card. So take it extra slow and take your time to process your feelings, okay? Don't expect you're kind of like swept up in this situation, so you don't really know what to do and you feel like a little out of place. You feel a little bit uncomfortable, and there's that awkwardness associated with it as well. But there's also that sense of anticipation and excitement and like very sweet puppy love type of situation. There's a strong infatuation, and you have to spend this week to really like sift through your feelings and to process what is happening. And a lot of you might not go through the processing stage, mainly because it makes you uncomfortable, okay? Being an earth sign, you feel out of your element because the sixth energy is overriding everything else. And then there's that eight of swords, which is a mental energy, and you're just not really sure what you want to do. So get out of your head and think with your heart a little bit, okay? Because we do have fire and water here that might be a little bit suppressed by the sword energy. So you're going to feel a little bit awkward and uncomfortable, but this person is actually very sincere. If you're seeing somebody from your past, or if you are reconnecting with somebody, or if you are going back to a previous, like either a work environment, or somebody is promising, somebody from your past is promising some opportunity. It's just really important to take it slow, okay? But at the same time, get out of your headspace, because that's where the mental energy is hurting you more than anything, okay? So open yourself up to this new opportunity that is coming in, and I feel that it is going to hit you from the left field, and all of a sudden you're going to be swept up in it, and you don't like that feeling. Keep an eye out for like white flowers. That's like where you're supposed to be, okay? If someone brings you white flowers, if you're thinking about giving flowers, white flowers, like white bell flowers, tulips, or something like that. Not so much roses. I don't feel like roses might send mixed signals if you're not, that interested in them. But there's that element there, and there might be water problems like leakages in your home environment, in your current dwelling. So take care of that as well, okay? So usually, when leakages happen, it's because you have to process your feelings, okay? So get out of your head and get out of that fire energy as well. You really have to like channel the energy of water, which is the cup energy, and to process your feelings, to sift through memories and things like that, and to recall important events that happen in your life so that you can find a way to proceed forward, okay? So for those of you who are feeling a little bit stuck, I would strongly advise you to go somewhere with a lot of water, like, sit on the beach, listen to the waves, and let the information just clear your head. Just clear your head, and then you're going to be fine, all right? So it seems like a very romantic and a very sweet, it seems to be a very sweet and romantic week for you. So just enjoy the air, okay? Just enjoy that the time you have there. So the next one is Aquarius. So Aquarius, a lot of new information is going to come to light, and I'm not going to say that they're good or bad. It's just you're going to get a lot of information, a lot of communication coming your way as well. And I do feel that, you know, it's the Ace of Swords. It's not so much the Eight of Wands. It's the Ace of Swords. So these are basically truths, okay? Truths about yourself, truths about other people, and ultimately, it's a little bit rattling. So you might be, even as an air element, you yourself are an air sign. So even though you are an air sign, I feel that a lot of good insights are going to come in regarding other people, regarding where you stand with other people, regarding you know, just the way you appear to other people. And I do feel that information is all good. You know, insights are always good, revelations are always good, and new ideas are always a bonus. So that situation is coming in for you. What I am sensing here is that what you do with this information is going to be a little bit problematic, so just bear with me. I do have the Fool in the reverse position. You and Libra have 3 cards. So I do feel that with this situation, I have the Fool in the reverse position. This is basically either being a little bit too scared to make a move. So for example, you have a really good opportunity that came out of the left field, and you don't really know what you want to do with it. And at the same time, we have the Hermit card in the reverse position. So you might not, I do feel that you're focusing on the wrong things. Okay, so the Hermit is mainly shining light on a situation. In the reverse position, he's turning away from the sword of truth. So he's looking for answers in the wrong places. And I do feel that for this month, a lot of new information is coming in for you, but you might, so you're kind of like keeping that information in the back of your mind, and you're proceeding despite the warning signs, okay? So just be very, for this week, excuse me, just be careful about that. Because once again, the Hermit is leading the way, but he's leading in the wrong direction. So it is going to be a little bit problematic for you who are looking for those of you who are looking for like a new start or jumping at a new opportunity. And what I also sense here is that for those of you who are not confronted with, you know, new opportunities, I do feel it's sort of like going back to, okay, so news is coming in and you're going back to fix a situation that is somewhat outside of your control, okay? And then you might be disappointed as a result. So just be very careful about that. For those of you who are dealing with like a Virgo, for any of you who are dealing with a Virgo, the Virgo is showing up here in the reverse position. So he or she might encourage you to try this new venture. I would be very cautious if you are being approached by a Virgo who's asking you or who's persuading you to do something. Because I do sense here that it's not that they're bad people. I don't feel that most Virgos are, but you know, we have all kinds of people of all signs. So if this is somebody that you don't trust, the cards are indicating here that you really have to cut them out of your life, okay? If this is somebody that you don't trust. If this is somebody that you trust completely, you know, then use your discretion and filter through the idea, filter out what it is that they're trying to tell you, the messages, and see if it's even feasible, okay? So in this situation, you're going to have to use your discretion to decide on what type of a Virgo that you're dealing with. At the same time, what type of information is coming through, because this is just not a good week to act on anything. So we still have, let's see, the 29th and the 30th. So I would say, you know, wait until the 29th and the 30th to make a decision. There's no point to rush anything right now, okay? And as for the playing cards, I am getting the 5 of clubs, so the 5 of wands. And this is an element in which you are going to have to like you're not seeing eye to eye with another person, okay? And for those of you who might be in conflict with a Virgo, and you're thinking about like, okay, I'm not going to deal with this person anymore, I'm just going to flee, I would say that this is actually a really good time for you to stand up to this person, because you have the gift of, of the truth is on your side here. So if that's something that you've been kind of evasive about, it is time to stand up for yourself, and it is time to make a very bold, a very impactful, and also a very important statement to lay this situation to rest, okay? To lay this conflict to rest once and for all. So we have a good energy here, and I do feel that you do have to stand up for yourself. You cannot run from this situation, okay? So just keep that in mind, and try to have a good week. Okay, so next one is Pisces. This is actually the last one. So for Pisces, okay, so we have, interesting. So we have the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. Let me see. Yeah, the King of Pentacles is in the reverse position, the Queen of Pentacles upright, and the Queen of Cups upright. So you are the Queen of Cups, and you're caught between the Queen and the King of Pentacles. So what I am sensing here is this first message is only, for a specific Piscean, especially Piscean women. If you are in a love triangle, you know what you have to do. I do feel that you might be in a love triangle without knowing it, okay? Because the King of Pentacles is showing up in the reverse position. So if, for example, you're a Piscean woman and you are involved with a somebody who is very financially stable, who might have enough money to like, who like is very okay. So he or she can be very financially stable. And I'm speaking for mainly earth sign men who are financially stable, and there's a sense of entitlement about them. It's sort of like the money, the power, and the prestige is all getting to their head. So they feel that, it's okay for them to step out of the relationship as long as they have the money to pay for the wife and the mistress. So there's an element of materialism about this man, and also a sense of chauvinism about him as well. So I do feel that, that sense of entitlement is tied in with his money, his status, his prestige, okay? So for those of you who are not in a heterosexual relationship, who might be a woman dealing with like another earth sign woman, then I feel that you're in good hands. However, there might be another person interfering, either, like an ex, from the past. So it's not gender specific here, but in general, what I do sense is like earth sign males in general that you're dealing with are going to be very materialistic this month, so it is important for you to be careful about this situation, okay? I do sense that if you are in a threesome relationship and you are aware of this fact, and you are interfering, I guess, between, a married couple or a very solid couple, just be very careful, because a lot of the karma that comes into our lives are the things that we actually know better, and we can do or make the right decisions to prevent. So just be very careful about reaping bad karma from actions, okay? So for those of you in this situation knowingly, I do feel that you should try to get out of it as soon as you can, so that you don't accumulate bad karma, and that you don't hurt the other person involved, okay, who might not know about you. So if you're that third element in between the relationship, between like two earth signs, or even like one earth sign and whoever it is that they're either married to, or they're engaged to, or they're in a very solid relationship with, it is going to be problematic. So just be careful about that, okay? For those of you, even like Piscean men, I'm sensing here, just, do the right thing, and just extract yourself from a threesome type of relationship. especially when the other people don't know about you, it is going to prove to be problematic, okay? And it is ultimately, it's bad karma coming through. And I do sense here that if this is something that you're approaching on the work front, I sense here that you have people who are very, you might encounter people who might be a little bit more self-interested. So everyone has got their cards covered, and everyone is like, people are really not sharing. So people are not sharing much, and you might be, you know, in a dark place about where the finances or what is exactly is draining the finances, or you know how you can achieve what it is that they're trying to that other people have achieved. Okay, so you might think about how to get that promotion, how to climb up the career ladder, because you feel a little bit inadequate and out of place in the corporate setting. But I can assure you that other people got where they are because they are a little bit cutthroat about it, and they're not as generous and as giving as you are, and that's how they got where they are, because you know it's a very competitive environment. So you're not going to be left behind. Your skills are greatly appreciated. It's just it's going to be a little bit slow for you because you're doing things the proper way. Most other people might be taking the shortcut, and you know, they're going to reveal their true colors and their true character at the end of the day. So just don't worry too much, okay? For those of you who might be dealing with this on a friendship setting, I do feel that there is an element here of an earth sign woman who is going to be able to give you very sound, practical advice about how to, I guess, come to terms with situations from your past and to move forward into the future, okay? And that's exclusively for the earth sign woman, mainly because the King of Pentacles is showing up in the reverse position. So if you're dealing with the King of Pentacles, there might be lingering attachments here that is affecting your relationship that the King of Pentacles or the earth sign male might not be happy about, okay? So that's one important way that I feel that's going to play out. I'm actually going to draw another card for you just to clarify, you know, a little bit, just to give me a little bit more information about this King of Pentacles, since you're kind of wedged between two people. So let's look at their situation. Okay, so I do have, this is interesting. So I have the Page of Pentacles, another person. I'm going to draw one more card since you're the last one. Okay, so I have the Seven of Cups in the reverse position. So these are the playing cards. They're not the tarot cards. So what I am getting here is okay, so with this King of Pentacles, there might be a child involved in that marriage relationship, and that's why they're not getting a divorce, and that's why they're kind of hesitant about it, okay? So I do feel that a lot of the information will come to light for you about, if you're dealing with this King of Pentacles, which is an earth sign male. Earth signs are Capricorn, Virgos, and Taurus, okay? So a lot of information will come to light, and you're going to have to decide if it's even worth it pursuing this relationship, mainly because there might have been promises made that were reneged upon and by this man. So you're kind of holding your cards close to your heart so that you don't end up disappointed and hurt, okay? But either way, I do feel that you are in a good place because you're showing up in the upright position and you are looking at yourself objectively, and you're looking at, you're basically looking at the qualities that you have to offer, and you're trying to find somebody that matches it, okay? So not only do you have like a very good heart and you're very loving and giving and, you know, forgiving as well, you also, I feel that the financial situation is quite stable for a lot of you as well. So you're in a good place, and honestly, you're a good catch. So male or female, I do feel you're in a good place. So make sure that the other people are promising you what you deserve, okay? And not only promise, but they deliver what they promise, and that they give you the things that you deserve rather than settling for less. So that element of, you know, a lot of you might be out dating again and you are kind of talking to people and you don't really know where you stand with them. Hold your cards close to your heart, because at this point, I do feel that there's a lot of uncertainty again for some of you who are dating, after a long hiatus, because you might not know exactly who you're dealing with. Okay, so that element of illusion is going to be dissipating this week, and you're going to see people for their true colors. So just wait it out and take it slow. Don't invest too heavily into new relationships. Okay, and for those of you who are caught in love triangles, for example, and you're kind of like the third party, please get out of it, because I don't see it ending well in general. Okay, so just be, I guess, objective about the situation and to extract yourself. All right, so thank you so much for bearing with me through this very short reading for each sign, and I promise, so next week I will be doing the monthly video, but the week after that, which would be from July 6th until the 12th. So next week is the monthly reading, and the week after that, from July 6th to the 12th, I am going to go back to the normal weekly readings with the long versions for each individual sign. So forgive me, I started a new job, and there is just massive time constraints. Okay, and I do have I'm just slammed left and right with responsibility, so and my poor time management skills. So I will be back in July for the normal weekly readings, and hopefully I feel that these playing cards are actually very good, and I'm reading the symbols as well as the pictures on the cards. So I feel that they're very good for character development, and in general, for pinpointing a lot of the energies that you're dealing with, because these cards they're quite beautiful and they're very unique, and I've never seen playing cards done like this. So it's actually from a very popular gaming franchise too. So yeah, it's just a good addition. So we'll see how that works out in the future. But enjoy your week, and I will see you next week for the July's monthly reading, and I'll try to have that posted by Monday, possibly Monday afternoon at the latest. Okay, so on the Monday is the 29th. So I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great week.